Welcome back to the social class. Dear children, this is 8th standard social video class and we have started public and private sectors yesterday from economics lesson number 2, and this is your second video from that lesson. Okay, so we need to start from public sector organizations, page number 240 from your textbook. Yes. There are two types of public sector organizations, that is, either the government fully finances them through the revenues they rise by collection tax, duties, fees, etc. of the government, holds more than 51% of the total share capital of the company, which comes under various ministries. The enterprises are established with service motive. So, there are two types of sectors, right? One is public, another one is private. So, in this private sector organization, that is, either government is fully financing or it will be raising from tax collecting, duties, fees and other things. Okay, government holds more than 51% of total share capital of the company, which is coming from the various ministries. Okay, the enterprises are established with service motive. Mostly public sector is will focus towards service motive for the public people. Okay, public, that is why it is called as public sector. Okay, it is the largest sector which works for the upliftment of the people by providing the following service to the people. So what kind of services the public sector is providing for the people in order to uplift the people? Okay, first one is postal service. You could see here postal service, railway service, okay, providing security, education and health. Okay, I am unable to show you here. Yes. Okay, education and health facilities at low cost and generation of employment opportunities, etc. So it provides postal service. You can see post office, head post office in our Pondicherry, which is running by our home and Pondicherry government, right? Railway services is provided by government, public sector, providing security for everything, right? Education facilities it provides health facilities, right? It provides health facilities at lower cost, whereas in government hospitals, right, it generates employment opportunity through employment service, right? Yes. Organs of public sector. So there are different organs of public sector. We'll see what are they. First one is administration by a government department. First one is what? Administration by a government department. It is very common almost in all countries, especially example post and telegraph, railways, port trust, irrigation projects on India, etc. The first one is administration by government department. It is very common in almost all the countries. What are the examples they have given? Post and telegraph, railways, port trust, irrigation projects and on India, etc. Okay, so example they have given here is Chennai port. Okay, next one, the joint sector companies. What are the joint sector companies? It is governed by a company law and controlled by the government as principal major shareholders. So joint sector companies are governed by company law. There is a law under company law and it is controlled by the government as principal major shareholders. Okay, example, what are the example for it? Indian Oil, Petronas. Okay, Indian Oil Petronas Private Limited. Next is Indian Oil Sky Tanking Limited. Next one is Ratnagiri Gas and Power Private Limited. Next one is Indian Synthetic Rubber Limited. So here they have given example in picture is Indian Oil Petronas Private Limited. Got it? Next, coming to third one, public corporation. This type of organization is the establishment of public corporation by the state of the Parliament of Legislature. Examples: LIC, Air India, the Reserve Bank of India, Electricity Board, etc. So here they have given Reserve Bank of India's picture. Got it? Next one, they have given page number 241. So 9 categories of public sectors. Okay, 9 categories of public sectors they have given in pictures, and what we are going to learn. Got it? Yes. First they have given what? Airlines. So these are public sectors. Airlines. Second one is defense. This army. Okay. Third one is heavy engineering. Fourth one is railways. Fifth one is atomic energy. Sixth one is drugs. Seventh one is textiles. Eighth one is FCI, that is Food Corporation of India. In short, they call it as FCI. The ninth one is Mekon Limited. So these are the 9 categories of public sectors. So now we are going to see classifications of industries. So what are the classifications of industries, right? The public sector in India owes its origin in the year 1956 Industrial Policy Resolution of the Government of India. This 1956 resolution classified industries into 3 categories. The industries which would be exclusively owned by the state or referred to as Schedule A. The industries in which the private sector could supplement the efforts of the state sector, with the state taking the sole responsibility for starting new units which are specific in Schedule B. The remaining industries which were in the private sector are mentioned in Schedule C. Now, coming to public sector is divided into following 9 categories. So, we have seen 9 categories picture here, right? So, we are going to see it in detail. First one is what? Airlines they have given in picture, right? Public sector enterprises must supply essential infrastructure for economic development, which are known as primary public utilities, which include the following. So, public sector enterprises is very essential to supply all the infrastructures, okay, for the economic development, which is known as what? Primary public utilities, okay. So, whatever they need to supply, what kind of infrastructures, right, and what kind of utilities they are going to give. First one is airlines, second one is shipping, third one is railways, power generation, telecommunication, etc. Next one is public sector enterprises also to have control of the commanding heights of the economy. So, they have to have control on the commanding heights. What kind of category they need to have control? Defense, banks, coal mines, oil, steel, etc. Okay. Third one, they are to play an entrepreneurial role, which is in other words called capital intensive industries. Example is iron ore, petrochemicals, fertilizer, mining, shipbuilding, heavy engineering, etc. Fourth one, public sector enterprises under government monopoly, which includes telecommunication equipment, defense production, railways, rolling stocks, etc. Fifth one is public sector enterprises which are exclusively meant for high technology industries. Example, atomic energy. Consumer oriented public sector undertakings. Example, drug, paper, hotels, etc. Seventh one, public sector enterprises which is set up in order to take over the sick private units. That is, example is textile, engineering, etc. Eighth one, public sector enterprises which are set up as trade corporation. Example, FCI, CCI, etc. And the last one, public sector enterprises which serves as a consultancy and engineering service, etc. Example, Mekon. Next, Page number 242. NITI. Okay. Ayog. What is Ayog? National Institution for Transforming India. Okay. NITI, that is National Institution for Transforming India, is otherwise called as Ayog. NITI Ayog replaced 65 years old Planning Commission. Planning Commission has power to allocate funds to ministries and states. This function will be now at Finance Ministry. NITI Ayog was formed on January 1st, 2015. Next is Socio-Economic Development. Socio-economic development is the process of social and economic development in a society. Socio-economic development is measured with indicators such as GDP, life expectancy, literacy and levels of employment. The new think tank is NITI Ayog can form a suitable platform in integrating the social sector initiatives of the center, state and local bodies. Next is indicators of socio-economic development. Gross domestic product, what we saw before, GDP. GDP is what? Gross domestic product. GDP supports in developing socio-economic development. The proportion of GDP by the industrial sector, both private and public sector, has been increased. It results in increasing government funds and increase public spending. First one is life expectancy. Second one is life expectancy. According to 2011 Census of India, life expectancy in India is 65.80 years for men and 68.33 years for women. Government provides high degree of health measures through various programs. The government announced in the Union Budget 2018-19 the National Health Protection Scheme, that is NHPS, to serve poor and vulnerable families. Third one is literacy, that is education. Educational skill plays a vital role in the socio-economic development. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan SSA is Government of India's flagship program. It is implemented for making free and compulsory education to the children of 6 to 14 years with life skills. The government also introduced RMSA, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shikshya Abhiyan, right? Smart class, e-learning, free computer skill classes, and eco-friendly studying environment, Digital India for increasing the level of quality in education. Next one is employment. There is a clear shift in employment to secondary and tertiary sector from the primary sector. A growing number of people moved urban areas in search of employment. It increased urban populations, hence government started the Smart City scheme, which provides the city with many facilities like hospitals, schools, housing facilities and shopping centers. To promote rural and backward areas in terms of employment, the government encourages private sectors to start an industry in backward areas by providing tax benefit electricity at a lower tariff, etc. It removes regional inequality. Provision of house, clean drinking water and sanitation. Government sector provides housing facilities, clean drinking water facilities and sanitary facilities under Clean India planning. Providing clean water and sanitary facilities overcome diseases and malnutrition. By providing these facilities, the life cycle of the people increases. Next, coming to importance of public sector. Okay, children, we'll just wind up to this. Importance of public sector we'll see in the next class. Thank you and take care.